You guys first went through the quiz. Now I want to give you guys like an objective tool. I told you about that before. I can tell you that if the last one was too small, this one is going to be way too small because it is an Excel spreadsheet that I'm going to share with you on the screen, but there's no way you're going to be able to read it. But I'm just going to show it to you, and then I'm going to tell you I will send it to Mr. Johnson and Mr. Tellerico, and they can distribute it to you. It's part of the course, and I want you guys to understand what it is. So I want to talk through it. Because I told you that each of you are going to have to sell yourself, okay? Oh, I'm going to stop staring for a second. Every one of you guys are going to have to sell yourself. That's just a reality, okay? The reality is you're selling yourself every day. Whether you're going before sentencing and you're going to ask the judge, you're going to sell the judge on why you deserve a lower sentence. And just at the same time, you should expect there's going to be somebody on the other side who's going to be selling the judge on why you need a longer sentence. If you're getting out of jail, okay, and you want to get into the job market, you've got to sell yourself on why you are a good candidate for employment, just like you've got to anticipate there's going to be somebody else selling on you on why you are not. That's the nature of the world, right? In the previous quiz, I spoke a little bit about your market. If you understand who is your market, you can start engineering a path that's going to help you get there. And you're going to learn that path by looking forward, by having a never quit mentality. If you start looking forward and saying, I'm never going to quit, you're going to recognize, as I was just telling, the world, that the responsibility is on you to figure out, how am I going to make this sale? Or when I was speaking with another one of your teammates there, define hard work and goodwill. Use those two principles as pillars in your life. And whenever you meet somebody, tell them that you know how to define what hard work is. You know how to define what goodwill is. And what he told me is that hard work is realizing wherever I am, whatever I've got to do, I'm going to apply myself with 100% commitment. You're going to hear a lot about that in this course as we move forward. And goodwill is, I am going to make a contribution to society and making it better. If you can make that sale, then life becomes very different for you. Then you begin looking at life as if it's a 9-inning game. My friend John Doyle wrote a book called 9 Innings, and I like to use his methodology because he talks about life being like a baseball game, and you've got to decide, are you in the first inning of this game, or are you in the 9th inning of this game? If you're in the 9th inning of this game, that means that your jail surroundings is what's defining the rest of your life. But if you say, no, I'm in the first inning, and this is where I've changed my life, this is where I'm going to start moving forward, then you got to start collecting the data on how you do it. And that's why we talk about defining success. So like if you look at this course that I want to share with you here, and I'm going to put it up on the screen again, you're going to see a grid. Let me put it up again. Right here? No, not that one. I'm going to share my screen with you right now. So I have to share this. Hold on a second. Complication, technicalities, right here. Okay, this grid is a 100-point scale. Okay, there's no way you're going to see it on your screen, I know, but I'm going to send it to you. And you're going to see that I'm putting a level of metrics that I'm saying, if you are prepared for success, if you are determined to become more successful in your future than you've ever been in your past, you've got to measure it. You've got to be able to say what success is for you. You've got to be able to really define it. And until you can do that, you really don't have, the right mindset. And this is all about developing the right mindset. Success, getting through this, is about helping the people that are opposing you, whether it's your judge or whether it is an employer or whether it is your family, whatever you're using to define success, that becomes your market. That becomes, okay, that's the group I am going to sell. But in order to sell them, in order to get them to see things my way, I've got to demonstrate that I've got the right mindset. I'm always learning from books, and I've learned from this book. I mean, it's actually called The Right Mindset by a doctor, Dr. Shlomo Shmuel, who teaches about how to develop the right mindset. And the way you develop the right mindset is you start by thinking about the people you are going to interact with. And this is not a novel concept. If you look at Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, he used to say something. He used to say, a good artist copies ideas, but a great artist steals ideas. Okay, and I learned this lesson when I was in prison. So I stole ideas from leaders like Dr. Shlomo Shmuel, who wrote The Right Mindset. And he taught us we have to measure ourselves. We have to measure our progress to success. If we can do that, then we really advance the ball of getting the outcome that we want.